Binjpipe is proud to resent You Don't Know Jack. Binjpipe. Original content, unoriginal premises.
Happy Hanukkah! Don't worry, you don't need yeast to rise to the top of this game. With numbers like this, we're bound to have at least one survivor. Tell our story. Hang on tight, we're in for a ride.
Time for question 1.
To begin with, melting and feeling good about it. Gwyneth Paltrow transformed herself from Oscar-winning actress to internet entrepreneur. Well, stand back. She's about to transform again. If Gwyneth Paltrow merges with her lifestyle website Goop.com to become what's commonly known as pink slime, what is she? Gwyneth is non-dairy whipped topping, Gwyneth is jellyfish secretions, Gwyneth is processed beef trimmings, or Gwyneth is rare volcanic mud. So who got it? Leftover beef parts from other things are smushed together to make what we lovingly call pink slime. Available on Goop.com along with a jade, yonic egg, and kale facial scrub for just $3,700. I'm just kidding, I've never been to Goop.com.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Next. Pita Party. A big black bug bit a big black bear that... Oh, sorry. You caught me in the middle of my vocal warm-ups. Well, let's get on with the question. I'll find a way to stay warm. Which provisions would a principled pita person not put in their pita pocket? Okay, falafel, 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 hummus, 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 shawarma, 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 tabbouleh, tabbouleh, tabbouleh. Okay, what'd you pick? PETA stands for People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. Shawarma involves chopping them up and spinning them over a flame, which may be delicious, but isn't exactly polite. Do they make tofu-warma?
Why don't we do it with 3?
How about this one? First Housewives Club. Are we all gathered? Good. It's time for Dis or Dat. I'm gonna list off 7 things, and for each one I want you to tell me if it's a tagline from one of the real housewives of New York City, or a quote from famous First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt. Think fast, you'll only get a few seconds to pick between Real Housewives or Eleanor Roosevelt. And you're all doing this together, so look alive. Okay, let's do it. Happiness is not a goal, it's a byproduct. I never feel guilty about being privileged. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. You can't handle the truth, you can't handle me. I'm living the American dream one mistake at a time. A woman's like a tea bag. You can't tell how strong she is until you put her in hot water. I plan for the future but live in the moment. Most of you deserve a group hug. But player 3, you failed in ways numbers can't truly explain.
Binjpipe customer retention protocol has been activated.
Oh, this ought to be good.
Your poor performance has earned you a screw.
You want to use that sucker on the other players to trip them up during a question.
In retrospect, we should have had you sign a waiver before handing over sharp objects.
I don't need you anymore.
I call this one, reading is fun and mental. Who's probably not allowed in a PetSmart? Atticus Finch, Lenny Small, Rabbit Angstrom, or Holly Golightly? Hope you like what you picked. Atticus Finch's last name is a kind of bird, but that's not really relevant, so... Lenny Small is a character in Of Mice and Men who likes to pet rabbits and puppies, but they usually end up dead. Here's one for you. Remember NSYNC? Now go even further back. Which Justin Timberlake album would Henry David Thoreau likely relate to the most? Justified, Man of the Woods, Future Sex... What's this? Player 3 used that screw. Let's get this question trending. Let's see who got it. Besides being Justin Timberlake's debut solo album, Justified is also a very wrong answer to this question. The author of Walden, a book about his 2 years living in the woods by Walden Pond, Henry David Thoreau would definitely shake his little booty to Man of the Woods. And then he'd make sweet love to that pond. Nicely screwed, Player 3. This is your cash now. Say goodbye to round 1. Time to see who is actually trying.
Currently, player 3 is in the lead. Speaking of the exact opposite of that, these players are doing the bad thing. Your performance has triggered the need for more screws.
And keep in mind, round 2 screws are more powerful, and they'll net you more cash for each player that gets the question wrong. So don't forget to use them. The rest of you better answer fast if you don't want to be screwed. Oh, and did I mention all the money's doubled in round 2?
You can take that to the bank.
6 trombones is not a parade.
Coming up next, there's a spoiler at the end of this question. Lenny dies at the end. Oh, crap, I read the wrong card. That was supposed to go at the end of the question. Okay, how about this? What classic work of literature did I just ruin? For Whom the Bell Tolls, Of Mice and Men, Gone with the Wind, or As I Lay Dying? Okay, who chose what? Yep, George kills Lenny to save him from a worse fate. Yeah, it's a sad ending that is forever burned in my brain because of the weird amount of Looney Tunes shorts that parody that scene.
Mes collègues sont des crétins. 7.
It's time for Whom the Doorbell Tolls. Knock knock. Who's there? The first person to make a knock knock joke. Mark Twain who? Oscar Wilde who? Roald... Oh, this'll be good. Player 1 just screwed everyone. How's your hand-eye coordination? Well, we'll see. So who got it? Aren't you glad you didn't guess banana? William Shakespeare is the first author to use the phrase, knock knock who's there, to set up a joke in recorded history. This bit is almost as good as when Hamlet contemplated why the fowl trespassed the country path. Way to screw, Player 1. Have some cash.
Hey, question.
We'd like to offer you a chance to gain some content while also losing some other content. Would you like a question about great sex or a question about great sax? Pick an option on your device now. The choices have been made. I have no opinion about your selection.
'Twas then I learned to heed the winds of 8.
Feast your eyes upon this. A question about great sax. Which saxophone is the biggest? Tenor, soprano, baritone, or alto? So what'd you pick? Bit of bad news for you. The baritone is the biggest of the four listed. I love great sax, but you have to watch out for all the jazz. This one's called It's a Stranger Thing That I Do. Okay, think back on your binge watching of Stranger Things and answer me this. If Will had actually been hanging upside down the entire time he was trapped in the upside down, what would have probably happened to him? He would have died of asphyxiation, he would have had his eyeballs pop out, he would have been fine other than a headache, or he would have been smarter. Let's see who got it. You know what? Nobody got it. Let's just cut to the chase. Hanging upside down for a few days straight will kill you, possibly by having your other organs crush your lungs. Still not as gross as what happened to Sean Astin. Oh!
Sabes que es lindo, 10 perritos.
Here we have. First, I'd like to spank the Academy. Which movie won an Oscar for Best Picture in 2006? A film with the same name as a group of crows, a film with the same name as a group of rhinos, a film with the same name as a group of bees, or a film with the same name as a group of sheep? Hope you like what you picked. This is gonna hurt. Oh, honestly. A group of rhinos is called a crash, and the Paul Haggis film Crash won Best Picture in 2006. Brokeback Mountain should have won. It's taken 12 years of therapy for me to get to a point where I can say that plainly and without anger, but Brokeback Mountain should have won. Okay, I've said it. It's done. It's time for the attack. When you see an answer that matches the category, tap it on your device. The faster you pick a right answer, the more cash you make. And more than one answer can be right. But each time you're wrong, I'm taking some cash away. And don't forget, it's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Official slogans. We all love brands and their slogans, right? Good luck. Player one's got it! Congratulations, Player One. You sure did win this game, but remember, there are no winners in the grave. No winners in the grave.
You don't know Jack!
So we did some digging, and Kara, the guy you've been talking to online, isn't who he says he is.
Oh no, did I get catfished?
Well, in this case, it was more than one person doing it, so we call it getting groupered,
It was a whole group?
and they did it on purpose.
That one's not a fish.
Looks like someone went to school.
I'm done here.
Hey kids, do you think reading is fun? Yeah! Great! Then help me read this alimony letter from my ex-wife.
This week on Captain Funtime's World of Hard Adult Lessons.
D is for Deborah, and I wasn't good enough for her.
Binjpipe's menu screen offers everything you need to start a trivia game.